Taking small, consistent steps toward what scares you is a powerful strategy for overcoming fear and achieving meaningful progress. Fear often feels overwhelming because it presents itself as a giant obstacle, something so daunting that it seems impossible to tackle all at once. This can lead to paralysis, where the fear of failure or uncertainty keeps us from taking any action at all. However, when we break down our goals into smaller, manageable steps, we can begin to make progress without being consumed by the enormity of the task. This approach allows us to build momentum, gain confidence, and gradually move closer to our desired outcome. The idea of small, consistent steps is rooted in the concept of incremental progress. Rather than trying to conquer fear in one dramatic leap, this approach focuses on steady, deliberate actions that accumulate over time. Each small step may seem insignificant on its own, but collectively, they create meaningful change. For instance, if the thought of giving a public speech feels terrifying, you might start by practicing in front of a mirror, then move on to speaking in front of a close friend, and eventually progress to addressing a small group. By taking these incremental steps, you desensitize yourself to the fear and build the skills and confidence needed to face the larger challenge. Consistency is key to this process. Fear thrives on avoidance, and every time we avoid what scares us, we reinforce the idea that the fear is insurmountable. Conversely, when we take consistent action toward what we fear, we begin to rewire our brains. Over time, we start to see the situation not as a threat, but as something we are capable of handling. This gradual exposure reduces the intensity of fear and replaces it with a sense of competence and self-assurance. Another advantage of taking small, consistent steps is that it allows us to focus on the present moment rather than being overwhelmed by the big picture. Fear often arises from imagining worst-case scenarios or worrying about future outcomes. By concentrating on the next immediate step, we can quiet these anxieties and channel our energy into something tangible and achievable. For example, if you're intimidated by the idea of running a marathon, you don't need to focus on the 26 miles ahead. Instead, focus on putting one foot in front of the other, starting with a short jog around the block. This approach keeps you grounded and prevents fear from taking control. Small steps also provide valuable opportunities for learning and adjustment. Each step you take gives you feedback about what works and what doesn't, allowing you to refine your approach as you go. This iterative process helps you build a sense of mastery and resilience, making it easier to handle challenges along the way. For instance, if you're afraid of networking at professional events, you might start by attending a casual meetup or practicing your elevator pitch with a friend. These smaller actions can help you identify strategies that make you feel more comfortable, such as preparing a few conversation starters or setting specific goals for each event. In addition to building skills and confidence, small, consistent steps can create a positive ripple effect in other areas of your life. Overcoming one fear often leads to a sense of empowerment that carries over into other challenges. For example, facing your fear of heights by climbing a small hill might give you the courage to tackle other fears, such as speaking up in meetings or pursuing a new career opportunity. Each victory, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are capable of facing your fears and achieving your goals. Another important aspect of this approach is that it helps to shift our relationship with fear itself. Rather than seeing fear as something to be avoided, we begin to view it as a signal that we are stepping into growth and possibility. This mindset shift allows us to approach fear with curiosity and openness rather than resistance. Each small step becomes an experiment, a chance to explore and discover what lies on the other side of fear. It's also worth noting that small, consistent steps help to build resilience over time. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward despite challenges. By taking small steps, we expose ourselves to manageable levels of discomfort and uncertainty, which helps us develop the mental and emotional strength needed to face larger obstacles. This gradual process of building resilience makes us better equipped to handle fear in the future, creating a positive cycle of growth and confidence. Taking small, consistent steps also fosters a sense of accountability and commitment. When we break down our goals into smaller actions, it becomes easier to track our progress and stay motivated. Each completed step provides a sense of accomplishment, reinforcing our belief in our ability to succeed. This sense of achievement fuels our determination to keep going, even when the journey feels challenging. Over time, these small victories add up, creating a strong foundation for long-term success. Ultimately, the power of small, consistent steps lies in their simplicity and accessibility. No matter how daunting a fear or goal may seem, there's always a first step you can take. By focusing on that initial action and committing to steady progress, you can transform fear into opportunity and create meaningful change in your life. Each step you take brings you closer to your goals, proving that you are capable of overcoming even the most intimidating challenges. Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. This distinction is crucial because fear is a natural and inevitable part of life. No matter how confident or experienced someone may seem, they too encounter moments of doubt, uncertainty, and apprehension. What sets confident individuals apart is not a lack of fear, but their willingness to move forward despite it. Confidence is built through action, and the courage to act in the face of fear is what enables us to grow, learn, and succeed. At its core, confidence is a belief in our ability to handle challenges and achieve desired outcomes. This belief doesn't come from magically erasing fear, but from choosing to engage with it. Fear often acts as a roadblock, convincing us that we are not ready, not capable, or not good enough. Confidence, on the other hand, acknowledges the presence of fear and decides to move forward anyway. This act of moving forward, even when fear is present, is what ultimately strengthens our confidence over time. When we act despite fear, we gain valuable experience that reshapes our perception of ourselves and our capabilities. Each time we face a fear-inducing situation and come out on the other side, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger and more capable than we initially believed. For example, a person afraid of public speaking may still feel their heart race and palms sweat before stepping onto a stage. But by delivering the speech and realizing they survived and maybe even did well, their confidence grows. With each subsequent experience, the fear diminishes, and their belief in their ability to handle similar situations increases. Acting in the face of fear also helps to dismantle the power that fear holds over us. Fear often exaggerates potential risks and worst-case scenarios, making them appear larger and more threatening than they truly are. When we take action despite fear, we confront these imagined dangers and often find that reality is far less intimidating than we anticipated. This process helps to demystify fear, making it less of a paralyzing force and more of a natural response that we can manage and overcome. Confidence through action also involves embracing failure as a learning opportunity rather than a final judgment of our worth or ability. Fear of failure is one of the most common reasons people hesitate to act, but failure is an inevitable part of growth and success. Confident individuals understand that failure is not a reflection of their value, but a step on the path to improvement. By acting in spite of fear, we give ourselves the chance to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Each failure becomes a building block for future success, reinforcing our confidence and resilience. Another important aspect of acting despite fear is the role of preparation and practice. Confidence doesn't mean charging blindly into situations without any forethought. It means equipping ourselves with the tools, knowledge, and skills needed to face challenges effectively. Preparation reduces uncertainty and provides a sense of control, which can mitigate the intensity of fear. For instance, an athlete who trains rigorously for a competition may still feel nervous before the event, but their preparation gives them the confidence to perform at their best. Similarly, a job candidate who practices answering interview questions may still feel butterflies before walking into the room, but their preparation helps them feel more capable and composed. Visualization is another technique that can help us build confidence and act despite fear. By mentally rehearsing a situation and imagining ourselves succeeding, we create a sense of familiarity and readiness that can reduce anxiety. Visualization allows us to experience the scenario in our minds, giving us the opportunity to practice our responses and build confidence in our ability to handle it. For example, someone afraid of an upcoming presentation might visualize themselves speaking clearly, engaging the audience, and receiving positive feedback. This mental rehearsal helps to counteract fear and reinforce a sense of competence. It's also important to recognize that confidence is not static. It is a dynamic quality that evolves through action and experience. Each time we confront a fear, we add to our reservoir of confidence, which we can draw upon in future situations. This cumulative effect creates a positive feedback loop. The more we act in spite of fear, the more confident we become. And the more confident we become, the easier it is to act in the face of fear. Over time, this cycle transforms our relationship with fear. allowing us to see it not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as a natural part of the growth process. Building confidence through action requires patience and persistence. Fear doesn't disappear overnight, and there will be moments when it feels easier to retreat than to move forward. However, by consistently choosing to act, despite fear, we develop the courage and resilience needed to overcome even the most daunting challenges. Each small step we take reinforces our belief in our ability to handle fear and builds the foundation for greater confidence in the future. Confidence is also contagious. When we act in spite of fear, we inspire others to do the same. Our courage and determination serve as a powerful example, showing those around us that it is possible to face fear and succeed. This ripple effect not only strengthens our own confidence, but also creates a supportive environment that encourages growth and empowerment for everyone involved. By taking action despite fear, we contribute to a culture of courage and resilience that benefits individuals and communities alike. Fear often disguises itself as a protective mechanism, but the reality is that it can also be the key to unlocking profound growth and transformation. The moments in life that fill us with fear are often the same moments that challenge us to step outside our comfort zones and rise to the occasion. While fear can feel paralyzing, it is also a signal that we are on the verge of something meaningful. Embracing fear and recognizing it as a catalyst for growth allows us to harness its power rather than being controlled by it. Fear arises when we encounter situations that stretch our limits, forcing us to confront uncertainty and the possibility of failure. These situations often feel uncomfortable because they push us into unfamiliar territory, where the outcomes are unknown. However, it is precisely in these spaces of uncertainty that growth occurs. Growth requires change, and change necessitates leaving behind the safety of what we know to explore new possibilities. Fear is not a sign that we should stop. It is a sign that we are about to embark on a journey of transformation. When we view fear as an opportunity rather than a threat, it shifts our perspective and empowers us to act. Fear no longer becomes something to avoid, but a guide pointing us toward areas where we have the potential to grow. For example, the fear of public speaking may indicate that developing communication skills is an area of opportunity. The fear of failure in starting a new business may highlight the chance to build resilience, creativity, and entrepreneurial skills. Each instance of fear carries with it the potential for learning, self-discovery, and improvement. Fear also has a way of illuminating our deepest desires and aspirations. The things we fear most often align with the goals and dreams that matter most to us. For instance, the fear of taking a leap into a new career or pursuing a passion project often stems from the significance we place on those pursuits. If they didn't matter, they wouldn't evoke fear. In this way, fear acts as a compass, guiding us toward the paths that hold the greatest potential for fulfillment. By leaning into fear, we honor our aspirations and give ourselves the chance to pursue the life we truly want. One of the most powerful aspects of fear is its ability to foster resilience. Facing fear and moving through it builds mental and emotional strength, teaching us that we are capable of handling adversity. Each time we confront a fear-inducing situation, we expand our capacity to deal with challenges and adapt to change. This resilience becomes a foundation that we can draw upon in future situations, enabling us to tackle even greater obstacles. The more we face fear, the more we realize that we are stronger than we initially believed. Fear also fosters self-awareness, helping us better understand our triggers, limitations, and motivations. When we take the time to examine what we fear and why, we gain valuable insights into ourselves. This self-awareness allows us to approach challenges with greater clarity and intention, making it easier to navigate fear and turn it into a source of growth. For instance, if we recognize that our fear of failure stems from a desire for external validation, we can work on cultivating self-confidence and focusing on intrinsic motivations. This process of self-reflection deepens our understanding of ourselves and enhances our ability to overcome fear. Another transformative aspect of fear is its ability to ignite creativity and innovation. When we are faced with fear, our minds are often forced to think outside the box to find solutions and navigate uncertainty. This creative problem-solving not only helps us overcome challenges, but also opens the door to new ideas and opportunities. For example, an entrepreneur might feel fear when entering a competitive market, but use that fear as motivation to develop a unique product or approach. Fear becomes a driving force for innovation, pushing us to explore new possibilities and achieve breakthroughs. Fear also connects us to our humanity and fosters empathy. Everyone experiences fear in some form, and sharing our struggles with fear can create a sense of connection and understanding with others. When we acknowledge our fears and seek support, we invite others to do the same, creating a culture of vulnerability and mutual encouragement. This shared experience of facing fear can strengthen relationships and build communities where individuals feel empowered to pursue growth and transformation. Importantly, fear teaches us to appreciate courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to act despite it. Each time we face fear, we practice courage, building our ability to take bold steps toward our goals. This courage becomes a defining characteristic that shapes our identity and propels us forward. Fear may never disappear entirely, but the courage we develop in facing it allows us to navigate life with confidence and determination. Lastly, fear has the unique ability to reveal our untapped potential. Often, we don't know what we are capable of until we are forced to confront a challenge. Fear pushes us to stretch beyond our perceived limitations and discover strengths we didn't know we had. It is in these moments of fear that we uncover our true capacity for growth, resilience, and achievement. By embracing fear as a catalyst for transformation, we unlock the potential to achieve greatness and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. That's a great way to encourage engagement and show appreciation to your audience. Here's how it might look as a closing line for your speech. Thank you for your time and support, dear friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, American Spirit Speaks, and watch the full video for more insights. Your journey matters, and together, we'll keep moving forward. See you next time. Let me know if you'd like to personalize it further.